Welcome back to Jolly Julie's Craft. This week is a double feature week. So we're going to be uploading videos on Tuesday and Thursday this week, just with the DIYs for Christmas, little Christmas gifts you and your kids could do together, or stuff that you can give to the teachers, or daycare workers, or whatever that you have to give, but homemade, really cool crafts. So there's two parts to this video. One's going to be Tuesday, next is going to be Thursday, and as a special bonus, we're going to be doing 2 double feature weeks, so stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in to Jolly Julie's Crafts. Please remember to like and subscribe, and here we go. Here is the first. Hi guys, welcome back to Jolly Julie's Crafts. I have a crafts for you today. It's using mostly Dollar Tree products, so we'll get started. I'll let you know what you need. You need Mod Podge. I'm using this dishwasher safe Mod Podge. You don't actually need it. I just need to use it up, and I don't really care for this product that much, so I'm just using it up. I like the other Mod Podge much better. This little ornament from Dollar Tree. I have these 2 letters, J and Y, and I painted them. They were originally white. I think I might have picked them up from Walmart last year, not sure, but I have them, and then I have this sign that I'm going to cover over with this excellent paper that I bought last year from Dollar Tree. So it is mostly Dollar Tree products. Now we're just going to go ahead and look down here at what I'm doing with my hands. So the first thing we have to do is Mod Podge this onto the snowman, because I like the back. The back is like clear, and so I want that to be the actual back, and the front of it I want to cover up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a light amount of the Mod Podge on here with a paintbrush. With a little paintbrush, I'm just going to glue it down. Okay, so just a light one, because it will take too long to dry otherwise. Now this one here, it's pretty thin anyway, so I'm just going to show you what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of painting all the Mod Podge on, just giving it a light coat, just enough to make here we go, just enough to make the paper stick. Now our sign is going to say joy when it's done. The center of the O is going to be the ornament, so that's pretty cool too. I'm just Mod Podging it. And like I said, just do kind of a light painting of Mod Podge, just enough to make the paper stick. Okay. And then I'm just gonna put the paper down. So just make sure you have enough out on the edges, because that's, there we go. Yeah, that should be enough. And if there isn't enough, what you do is you just go back and you put some more on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this down, make it even Steven. Make sure there's enough to cover the whole thing here. There are some wrinkles in there, but it's fine. Okay, because most of this is going to be covered anyway. And that's where you run into problems sometimes with Mod Podge. But it does wrinkle up a little bit. But you know what? It's fine. It adds character. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and let that dry. So I'm going to put the video on pause for a minute, and then I will come back to you when the Mod Podge has dried. Okay, so now that the paper's dried, I was a little impatient, so I used a hair dryer. What we need to do is we need to get rid of all the excess paper around. So you could cut it, you could use a blade. However, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sand it. So you go around and you sand the edges, and it takes off the paper really well, and it adds a little bit of extra around the edges. So it's really, really cool. Takes off the excess stuff, excess paper, and it looks really cool around the edges. Just kind of put it all the way around. And it does take off the paper very, very nicely. Just kind of go. It's kind of satisfying, actually. And just go to the. Now, if you notice that some of your Mod Podge has come up, don't worry about it. You can just go ahead and re-glue it down. I mean, This takes very little time, and it leaves you a much nicer edge on the outside of the sign. And it just takes very little time. Just up this side here. This is a really cool finish. So I've almost gone around the entire edges of this. And also when you have like funny edges that are hard to cut, this makes your life so much easier. So then you can just kind of peel it away. See, and it's really, really neat. There we go. Just kind of peel it away. And if you know you haven't sanded enough away, you can just go back and sand some more, or you can just tear it a little bit. So there we go. I'm just kind of tear that off to the side because we don't need that anymore. So now my edges are coming up pretty cool. So there we go. So this is what you kind of have to work with, and it covers it really nicely. I enjoy it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my letters. So like I said, I'm doing J-O-Y. I did paint this with white chalk paint, which is just this one here that I bought. You might have seen it in an earlier haul video. It's just the name of it is Porcelain, and it's white, but it's not quite white. It's just sort of off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my glue gun. So make sure to fire up your glue guns, ladies and gentlemen. And we're just going to go ahead and glue them down. So the first thing you want to do is kind of place the things and make sure they're in the right positioning. Okay? So you want it to say joy. Okay? So we have the J, the O, and we have the Y. It was camouflaged. Okay, J-O-Y. So even if you want to put it up a little bit to make room for your Y there we go. And then once you kind of have it where you like it, take a look. Bring the O down a little bit. Put the O, okay. Then what you do is you just take your glue gun and you glue it down nicely. So I want my J to be quite close to the edge, and I want my Y to be quite close to the edge, because I want you to be able to see that it says joy, but I want the letters to still be on the board. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and take my handy dandy glue gun here, pull this a little towards me, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue it. So just a really good amount of glue right here, here, the bottom, and there. So we're just going to go ahead and put it down without burning ourselves, so we must be careful. Maybe be sure to hold it kind of on the edges, and I think that works. Right there we have our Y, and then I'm going to put the J, and then we'll do the Y in just a minute, or pardon me, the O in just a minute. So we're going to flip over the J, do a nice dollop of glue on the back, and put our J. Oops, that is a little bit hot, so be careful not to burn yourself, like I just did. And then we have our J. Make sure it's still on the board. Make sure it's nice and straight. J is the best letter, of course. Jolly Jilly starts with the letter J, so we love it. So now we have the board that looks like this. So J, Y, and we just need to kind of put our O in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Place it where I think it looks the best. Okay. Now remember, when you're doing this, you have to glue it down really well, and make sure you know where you want the stuff to go. So it's always a really good idea to lay stuff out ahead of time. So I'm just going to go ahead and put glue everywhere. So on the back of the deer's head and on the back of a lot of the antlers. So just put a healthy dollop of glue here, there, like this. Oh, I gotta put in a new glue stick. Oh no, get another glue stick. Okay, and just kind of along the side here, along the top, and along the bottom, and there we go. Okay, so now we flip this wonderful guy over, and we want him to be centered. So I think that's about right there. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, perfect. We're gonna glue him down. Make sure he's down there nice. Just kind of hold him in with your hands. Make sure he's super glued in there. Alright. If all else fails, you can add more glue. Got to give the glue a little time to set up, but I think the glue gun is really pretty good. It sets up pretty quickly. So let me see if it'll stick on. Okay, I think, oh, that's looking really, really cute. So this is what our guy looks like, our joy sign. And now I did cover up the holes here with the paper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little bit of the jute rope on the back of the sign. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I think, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Okay, that's looking good. It's looking like a little bit of, you know, a little bit of country farmhouse because it has the little guy on there. The little reindeer. It's kind of like a deer head. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut about, I want to say, this much here. So I want to say that's about maybe 10 inches. 10 to 12 inches of the rope. Okay. And then what I like to do is I like to just flip over my sign. I'll sit up really so it's fine, it should be fine. And then just kind of put it on the back here, right? So if you want to hang it up on a wall, you can. If you want to stand it, you can. It's up to you entirely what you want to do. So I like to put a nice big dollop of glue right there and press it down. And then press it down. I think that's pretty good here. And then I always put more glue on top because I really want to secure it down. This is my presser. It's just from, let's see here. It's from one of the flower stems that I used a long time ago. And it's easier so I don't burn myself, right? Just press it down. And then put some glue on top because we want to make sure that it does stay. We don't want it falling off when it comes off the wall or anything, right? So let's see. So now that does take a while to dry. So we're just gonna wait for that to set up. And it's fine, perfect. So just leave it like that. So in the end, that's what it looks like. You can hang it up on the wall. You can put it on your door. If you're gonna put it on your door, I would suggest that you spray it. But that's how our craft is looking today, guys. So I want to thank you for joining me. Have yourself a great day. I think I'm going to be coming at you again a little bit later with another craft idea, which is really, really cool. So stay tuned and I will see you later. Bye, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to Jolly Julie's Crafts. So this is going to be the second craft of this video today. We are going to do something that's super, super fun. It is going to be pillows out of Dollar Tree placemats, and this is going to be double-sided pillows. So the first side is going to be this very serious, beautiful Noel, and the back is going to be this super, super fun Santa. And so I'm gonna make this, and it's really, really cute. You can put them on chairs, you can put them on couches, and they do hold up well. You cannot put them in the washing machine, however. So let's get right to it. I'm going to cut off these tags here, and we'll get right to it. And it's like pretty much the easiest pillow you'll ever make. I am a quilter, so I happen to have a lot of quilt batting left over, and I just kind of tear it apart and fluff it out and put it inside the pillows. Now all you need for this craft are these wonderful placemats, and then you need glue. That's all we do. Now, if you did want to make this a craft that could go into the washing machine, you can definitely decide to sew it. I'm deciding not to sew it this time. Normally I like to sew things, but I just want to have these really cute, easy peasy pillows. I'm going to suggest that you cut off these little labels so they don't get in the way when you're gluing. Okay, so basically we're gonna hot glue around the outside and then I'll fill it. But what I'll do is I'll pause the video while I'm filling it. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. So we have Noel, and on the back side we have this really, really cute Santa. Now you could make it so Noel goes this way and then you flip it over to Santa that way. And actually I might do that because it will help with the wearing of the pillow. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay the pillow, not the pillow, sorry. We're going to, oh, there's some strings. We're going to lay the no, these are not tablecloths. These are, what are these called? Just cut that. These are placemats is what they're called. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay the placemats down and we're gonna try and put them very, very close along the seam because you don't want too much seam showing, right? You want to make sure that it's fairly even, okay? So you make sure it's even all around. And what I want you to do is leave an opening from here to here so you can stuff it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start over on this edge and make sure to take out a few glue sticks because that's really the main tool of your work right now is to use the glue, okay? So we're gonna start here. Oh, speaking of which, load up my handy dandy glue gun. So what you do is you just glue it right around little bit by little bit, okay? So just kind of like that, and then over around the corner, around the corner, okay? And then you just stick it on to make sure, okay? There we go, just kind of making sure everything sticks together really, really well. And like I said, I want you to start right about here. See, I started up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come only around to there because you need to have a hand-size hole to feed everything in, all of the batting, or if you want to use, I heard that Walmart has really cheap pillows that you can use to do this too. Let me just turn this around so you all can see what I'm doing. Here we go. So we're just, you know, a little trail of glue here, just along the side. And there like that. And press it down as you go. Okay, and I mean the edge is not bad. Like if you wanted, what you could do is you could put some rickrack or you could put some something else along the edge to make it nicer. I have seen some people who make these kind of pillows. What they do is they put a rope around the outside, but I'm really not a fan of that look. I would rather just have the edge of the placemats because I kind of like that a little bit better. Okay, now let's see, if your glue squeezes out, don't worry about it. You can always come back and just kind of wipe it off with your finger there, okay? And it shouldn't be too noticeable. Okay, so let's go. This is what we're doing all around the side of the pillow, okay? Okay, now we are coming back up to another corner. So let's just keep gluing. Sorry, that was my son. Well, clearly we have an emergency. What are we gonna do about that? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna go and we're gonna go up the side of the pillow here again. So it's not too tedious a process just because it's, you know, using your glue gun, and any day that you get to use your glue gun is a good day. So anyways, we're just gonna keep pressing and putting the glue as we go, okay? The edges here. Okay, there we go. Up to the edge. Up. Okay, good. That's really, really good. Okay. So now we're up at another corner. So we're just gonna go around the edge here. Okay. Oops, there we go. Oops, there we go. Okay. Around the edge. And actually, with these Dollar Tree placemats, you never know if you're gonna get one that really the sizes will be off or they'll be not off. So this is actually a pretty good match as far as I can tell. Like so far so good, really. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna continue to glue along the edge here. Now this, sorry to make you guys watch this, but we just want you to go ahead and let's see. It's not too bad actually. That side's a little teeny bit off, but as long as you're gluing it, it should be fine. Yeah, that's okay. And this is at the bottom of this pillow. Pardon me, it's at on this side. This will be the bottom of this pillow on this side. So it's not too bad, right? And then on the other side, it will be the top of the pillow, so you won't even notice it. And I mean, really, if people are looking that closely at your pillows, they really have nothing better to do with their time. Anyway, because this is handmade crafts, and that's what you get. Okay, no, I didn't like that there, so just kind of, there we go. All right, now we're coming back around the edge. And I'm just gonna kind of, oh no, it's okay on the edge actually. It's just a little bit funny on the outside of the seam here. Just kind of make it like that. Okay. So far, so good, everybody. Okay. Just kind of press it down. So far, so good. Coming back to the edge here from where we started. Beat it, beat it, beat it. And just about here. I think this should be fine. Okay, so we're gonna press it down nice and firm. It is a little bit hot. A little bit too much glue there. So I'm just gonna scrape it off with my scissors before it dries. There we go. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, so now, like I said, because I am a quilter, I have a whole bunch of batting sitting around. So this is what it looks like, the batting, like this. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and rip it up. So we'll move that over to the side. Now, there is an opening here about a hand's wide, okay? So that is where you need to feed in everything. So I can get my hand in there really, really good. So this way I can just kind of make sure that the corners are fluffed up. So what you do, when you're putting in the batting, you don't just stick it all in. So even if you're to use cotton filling, you don't just stick it all in. You kind of have to rip it up, like, and do like this. Because that makes the pillow more fluffy. So you're, in essence, you're fluffing out the batting. So it does take a little while to fill it, just because I'm gonna fluff out all of this and stick it in. So first you just want to stuff it in the corners. I like my pillows to be pretty fluffy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the video on pause. I'm gonna pause you guys, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how it looks when it's stuffed, and we're gonna close it off. So pause the video now, fluff up the fluffiness and put it into your pillow, and then I'll come right back to you, okay? Okay, so now you can see that the pillow is fully stuffed. It's a bit of, I like my pillows on the plump side, not unlike myself. Okay, so you see we have this opening here, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna glue it closed. So I'm gonna take my glue gun and bring it around the side here, and make sure that it's loaded. It needs some more glue. And I'm just gonna run a seam along the side here again. So do this very slowly, this one, because this is gonna be the closing. So you glue a little bit, and then you put it together like this, right? Because you still want the seams to match up. So you take your time. There's no need to rush. No need at all to rush, okay? And then there's a little bit more, so I'm gonna start from the other side here, okay? So I'm just gonna glue a little bit here. And you want that to be stuck in there, but you don't want to burn yourself at the same time. So there we go. A little bit at a time. So you just, oops, it's a bit hot. Glue and glue, right? Now there's just this little opening here left. So I will go ahead and glue it. It's like a little mouth. I might do a little bit by little bit actually, just to make sure that the stuffing doesn't come out. A little bit by little bit. Oops, there we go. And now remember, this cannot go in the washing machine because it is glued. Now if you wanted to do like Stitch Witch or Stitch Wizardry or whatever, then you could just iron it together and it could go in, and then it could go in the washing machine. But I have chosen just to use hot glue. Okay, that's what we're doing here. Kind of press it together. Okay, so there, it's all pressed together. I like this method because you don't really see where you started and where you ended. So now we have, let me move the glue gun out of the way. Now we have the Noel, and if you flip it over, we have Santa, and he is just so cute. I love him. He's really, really cute. Look at that face. Okay, Noel and Santa. Okay, now this would look nice on a chair. It would look nice on a couch. If you want to give it to someone as a present, it looks really good. Okay, so that is my second craft for the video. So thank you for spending the time with me.